Hello Aquarius, this is your November reading 2019. This is Kat's Real Life Mystic Tarot. I was meditating on your energies before I started the video, and I had kind of a vision of a astronaut, and the astronaut's tethered in space to this old-time space capsule. So as the astronaut, you're tumbling around kind of in a sort of free fall slash um, weightlessness, and you have this feeling of incredible peace during this situation, and it's a very dangerous situation, obviously, but you feel very peaceful. So from that meditation, it went back to a memory that I had where I had bungee jumped off of a bridge, probably about dropping probably 75 feet, something like that. And I remember, like, I bungee jumped and I wanted just to have the feeling of falling. So I didn't tumble like some of the other people did or anything. I just fell backwards and kind of butt first fell and just had this incredible peaceful feeling as I fell. And of course, it was a very dangerous situation, or in your mind, you would conceive of it as a dangerous situation. But it's just feeling the peace in a situation that might not be conducive to feeling peaceful. So that's what I got for you for November. Things might be in upheaval. There might be really, I mean, it could not even be personal. It could just be, upheaval in the world, upheaval in, whatever country you're in or whatever, but feeling incredibly peaceful and able to function within that situation. So that was my meditation. And then I pulled a major arcana for you for November, and I got Temperance. Now, Temperance is really interesting. It's technically it's about moderation, bringing things into a moderation. Actually, even my meditations kind of fit that, where there's some extreme situations going on, but you're in a balanced place. It can also be like, I have a friend that likes to, after work, have 2 glasses of wine every day. Now, there could be a situation where you think, what if that person doesn't have 2 glasses of wine every day? And of course, I'm talking about myself, like, because I work hard, at my regular job, and I want to unwind, and I have, 2 glasses of wine, and it's not excessive, but it's a habit. So just cutting out several days, a couple days a week of doing that, what would that bring to my life was a question. And of course, finding out that it brings more energy. I have more energy. I'm a little bit more energetic and that. And finding other things to do to kind of relax and unwind after a hard work day. So that falls under Temperance as well. Things like that. Just even if you get some sort of feedback on something that you're doing, and being able to objectively take the feedback, even if it's a surprise and you don't really agree, but objectively look at it and discern if this is actually feedback that is useful to you and improving on yourself and your situation. So Temperance is about those type of energies. Technically, it's an alchemical change. And if, I'm a scientist, so an alchemical change is often exothermic, and I mean, it creates a lot of energy. It can be a little bit violent in a way, that type of thing. It's not a comfortable process as things change from one form to another. So that's really everything to do with Temperance. So that's your energy for November. Today I've chosen to do a reading with Visconti-SFORZA, which I pulled out of my old box, and I'm being told to look at the bottom. Okay, 9 of Cups. So 9 of Cups. So also for November, there is going to be a theme of achieving a general happiness. Now, 10 of Cups is sort of like a honeymoon energy, like overwhelming ecstasy, but does not last because 10s don't last. But 9 is a comforting happiness, a feeling of belonging, celebration, love, having what you need and want. So this is your card, one of your cards for November. And this is the Egyptian Tarot, which I've been loving lately, so I'm going to use that as well. and we have the Magician. So really beautiful cards for November as well. So the Magician is, you know, the Fool stepping forward with all of the talents and abilities that could possibly be needed. So it's a matter of just developing and using appropriately those talents and abilities. So the Magician has everything at their hands. So from what I'm seeing, you're achieving a sense of peace within upheaval. You have all the tools, and you're going to be developing one or more of those this month, and a general sense of happiness. So I'm expecting your reading to be pretty good. All these energies are pretty awesome. So maybe things are looking up for Aquarius in November. But let's take a look. So I'm going to start with the Egyptian. And I have shuffled this tarot deck completely before I started. Oh, I'm going to turn these up. So I do follow the major arcana here. When in the first run, that tells me where the energies are kind of shifting and changing in your world. Okay, good. So, okay, so I see something going on in your first house, second house, and that would be your house of yourself, your self-image, changes in your self-image, and also in your money and values. And let's clarify. Okay. All right, Aquarius. So I'm going to start with how you're appearing in the world, your image. Can be physical manifestation. So what I'm getting is the Emperor in reverse and Page of Coins. So what I'm seeing is a desire for a new job, possibly a new hobby, something you're doing on the side that you'd like to take over. Maybe this is self-employment. So I see that you might like to be self-employed, and at this time maybe you're not. The Emperor in reverse is someone that's capable of being in charge, but is not in charge at the moment. Maybe there's changes you have to make. Maybe there's maybe in a new position you're able to be in charge. Maybe if you change jobs as you're desiring to, you would be in charge. So there's something like sort of a nascent ability to be an emperor, to be in charge, to be the one that calls the shots. And you're wanting to realize that. So there's a new start, possibly in a new business. And because it's in your first house, I would say that it is getting some attention. So if you put your feelers out, it is getting some attention because of it being, like what I was saying, being in your first house. So that's a public house, really. Okay, and now we're talking about the second house, which really goes along with that first house. And we have the Devil and the Moon. The Devil and the Moon. So the Devil in the upright position in the second house, I would read to be materialism. So you're thinking about possibly making some more money. You're interested in having possibly more money, more playtime, more free time, more. And if you were looking towards being an emperor and being in charge, you can call the shots. You can have the time that you want. You know, you have a little bit more power. All these things are coming into your vision of your future. So you're looking towards being a little bit more in charge. Now beware, you know, the devil also has cautions about it of overindulging, overspending, gambling, any of the vices. It definitely has warnings about. So that's coming up. But given that you're looking it looks like you're looking to become more in control of your work. I really see it as predominantly materialism. You're looking to make more money. Now, coupled with the moon, you're using it now. The moon is in the upright, which means you're probably using your intuition a little bit, and you're feeling a little bit of the energies of where things are going. So if you're working at some place now, or you're making money now, you think there's a little bit of a dead end, possibly because it looks like you want to move to something new, and you see more future possibilities in this new position. So I believe that you're following your intuition, your course of your intuition, in terms of a materialistic approach, like you're looking for a better future for yourself, and you're listening to your intuition. Now, if the moon had appeared upside down, we might be cautioned more about foolish investments, but in this case, this is an investment that will most likely pay off for you. So that was your second house. So those were the major arcana in the first run. Now I'm going to go to the second, the clarifiers, and we do have in your seventh house, in your seventh house is your house of partnerships. So here we have the Five of Wands and Death. So we're having a change in your committed partnership. Now this could be a romantic partnership or a business partnership, either or. But what we're seeing is a change in that partnership. There has been competition maybe between the two of you towards each other, or competition from an outside source. So, third party or somebody else that's on the scene. So competition between you and your partner, and it looks like there has been an ending, the death, and it's a positive ending. It feels like you're willing to let go of this situation because the death is upright. And looking forward to a new start. Now, after death, there's always a new, fresh start. So let me get one more card on that. I'm going to use the Fountain Tarot to get another clarifier on. So please, for Aquarius for November, there's been a change in their partnership house. Can you tell me anything more about that? Is there something new coming in, perhaps? Or who does this involve? Anything you can tell me about that partnership house? Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. So it involves other options. So either yourself or the other party is looking at other options. So not feeling maybe there's too much competition between the two of you, and either the other person or yourself, you're looking for alternatives, because this doesn't seem like the match made in heaven if this is a relationship. Now let me look towards your fifth house and see what's going on there in your love affair house. And so I see for you Nine of Swords and Three of Wands in reverse. So it looks like you have some negative thinking about relationships in general, and maybe some negative thinking about what occurred with this committed partnership. But soon that will end. Soon those feelings will end, and you're going to be more than prepared to go out there and check out some other possibilities. You have the Three of Wands in reverse, so that's sort of like there's some seeds out there for other possibilities, but you're not really moving on them at this time. But when you do, Three of Wands, it's going to be more than there's going to be plenty of preparation within that relationship. So it might be somebody you know, put it that way. There might be somebody you know that might be interesting to you, but now's not the time, sort of feeling that you're having. Yeah, but you're working out some, like Nine of Swords is usually some negative thinking, maybe staying up at night, maybe kind of working over the situation, like what happened here. Yeah, but that will pass. That will soon pass. And there are possibilities that may be quite easy for you to move into. And let me ask another card for that. Is there someone coming for Aquarius in November? Please give me, oops, that's a little bit too many cards. So let's go. Please give me an idea of what's coming forward for Aquarius in November in terms of relationships, in terms of love. in terms of, is there someone coming forward once they get over this, you know, little bit of rough patch? Is there someone? Yes, I have something here. We have 2 cards. Okay, so we have Queen of Coins and 6 of Coins. Generosity, reciprocity, and a Queen of Coins. So there's a Queen of Coins energy. That could be male or female. It doesn't matter, but it's a healthy person. Person most likely healthier than the last one. And that's what's impressing you about this person. They're a little bit more nurturing. They have a little bit more of a feminine energy versus a negative, a masculine energy, whether they're male or female. They're interested in money and food and some luxuries, enjoyment. And this might be good for you, so you can just, you know, just enjoy life a little bit, not be debating and fighting and, you know, arguing about things. And this person's, you know, able to give and receive. So that's going to be notable to you too. So this person will come across as someone that's a little healthier, and also is able to give and receive, and it's not a big deal. And so this will be what impresses you about this new person that comes in. And you may already know the person. I feel like this person is in your periphery now, like someone that somebody knows. Maybe you hadn't considered, maybe you had never even asked if they're single. Somebody that, or maybe somebody that, let's say you you stop to have coffee and you see this person every day or something like that. It's just somebody that's in your periphery. They're going to impress you as being healthy and enjoying life, enjoying their life, and also being able to give and receive, like give you a compliment or receive a compliment and not get all worked up in any way, like not holding back. And, you know, you'll be impressed by the behavior of this person. So I'm not seeing that any hot relationship is coming forward, but I think that you might make some inroads towards that, you know. So keep your eyes open if you're stopping at store, you know, at the coffee shop or anything like that. There is somebody out there in your periphery. Okay, so now in terms of work, because we did have a lot of stuff going on with work with you, I have the 3 of Wands again, and this time in the upright. So 3 of Wands, so it's like you're not quite ready for the relationship movement, but you are ready for the work movement, and you have the Ace of Wands. So there's this idea appears to be quite good for you. It's going to be a hot idea. Once it takes hold, there's going to be a lot of movement. So if you're working on another job, or you know, as an emperor, as a boss in another job, once it takes hold, and it looks like you may have made some work towards it, because this usually means that you've put some effort in, some material effort, not just an idea. And this is the idea, and this is a material effort. So it looks like it's going to be quite popular. You know, Ace of Wands is a hot idea. 3 of Wands in the upright means taking motion towards it. It's just a matter of time before that picks up. Let me ask a card. And so in what sort of arena would this new work be in? What sort of arena are we talking about? I'm going to combine that with your 10th house, because that is also. So I have the Knight of Coins. So basically that's just saying work for the most part. Let's see. Yeah, this is your 10th house. 6 of Cups and 4 of Cups. 6 of Cups and 4 of Cups. So 4 of Cups involves boredom. Boredom. And the 6 of Cups involves childlike wonder. So, and the work, I'm guessing, transforms boredom to childlike wonder. So it could be that you're finding your current job a little bit boring, and that you have a fascination for the new job, and it will take some solid work. It could involve children or entertainment or something playful that you're moving into. and what you're leaving just doesn't impress you. I'm going to ask one more card about that because it's basically just saying work. Maybe there's just so many, you guys are all doing something different, but let me see. What else can you tell me about the 10th house? What Aquarius is moving into or really starting to develop in terms of career? Can you tell me anything about that to help us understand what's going on? Four of Swords. Four of Swords. So what I'm getting from that is that the job involves a little bit more rest. It's a more restful job. So maybe you're working from your home. Maybe as a self-employed person, you can work the hours, hours that you want. Maybe it's a little bit more part-time in a way. It does look like it's going to make you some money, or it has potential to make you some money. So it's not as much the 40-hour-a-week grind or 50-hour-a-week grind, something like that. So that's what I'm getting for that. Moving on to your social groups. I have the Knight of Swords and Four of Swords, and again the Four of Swords. So you're getting some repeating cards. Three of Wands and Four of Swords. So the new start involves you having a little bit more free time, a little bit more time for vacation, a little bit more time for your kids or for your hobbies, that type of thing. So, and it does appear to, your work does appear to involve social groups. We have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is an aggressive energy, a fighting energy in a way. So you may have to aggressively pursue in social groups, networking, anything like that. You may have to, in order to get an amount of business that you need, you might have to make contacts and that type of thing to see if you can get some work going for yourself. But it looks pretty good. Peaceful. It doesn't look like there's any, I mean, it's kind of a conundrum to have the Knight of Swords and peace there. But I think that taking the action is going to give you peace in terms of that. Taking the action to get things moving is going to give you peace, and it's going to give you the job. The job is going to come around, this job that you're looking forward to. Okay, so let's do what's going on in your mind. Four of Wands and Queen of Cups. So in your mind, you are still, looks like you're still thinking about love and relationships, and you kind of long for that. And as I was saying, maybe November, you have someone in your periphery that can, may be a better match for you than the previous, the one that we're getting the Death card on. Looks like that's over and you're going to let it go. But there is someone else. Keep that in your mind. It's fine to have that in your mind. You're longing a little bit for family and for a committed relationship, I guess, or someone that, to be with in your spare time. I believe that that's coming, maybe towards the end of November. And let's go to the 8th house. This is also other people's money. We have the 10 of Swords in reverse and 3 of Coins. So this is sex, death, taxes, psychological, deep psychological transformations. I believe there is a transformation. I mean, I think that you have been through some tower events for sure. And you have the 10 of Swords in reverse. So those things are over. That ruin is over. That difficulty is over. It looks like you are on the mend, and you're going to be devoting a lot of attention to craftsmanship. 3 of Coins. Sometimes that's in partnership, sometimes not. But probably improving like your health, your working on your job, all kinds of positive pursuits are coming. So this is kind of negative, you're dealing with negative drama. This is moving forward into positive building. And you have the 3 of Wands a lot, so there is a building card. So you're going to be building. Okay, so looks good. Something you're not aware of that's happening below the surface. You have 3 of Swords and King of Swords in reverse. Probably a little bit of a mistake. Okay, so you're beating yourself up for like a little mistake that you made or a poor choice that you made. King of Swords being a air energy and 3 of Swords. Let it go. If you made a mistake, you made a wrong choice, it's okay. No need to beat yourself up. You know, it looks like everything's pretty positive in this reading. So I think just moving forward, and that, I mean, basically looks really good. Just real quickly, let's do, let's see where you're at with the Mystic Shaman Oracle. Where you're at just generally for November, something just to meditate on, a spiritual card, just to let us know where your energies are going. And you're going with the flow. Excellent. That's an excellent card, number 20. Flow. Okay. When flow comes to visit, it's a sign that your intentions have been in motion. Now is the time to allow nature to run its course. You are being called to effortless movements and the path of least resistance. It's like being within music, flowing within partnership. Think of the artist who creates without guile or craft, calling creativity up from the soul and bringing it to life without effort. You are called to be like a river, knowing the fulfillment of destiny is assured. Enjoy the ride. And with that, Aquarius, I'll talk to you next month. Thank you so much for dropping in, and please like, subscribe, share if you enjoyed the video. Thank you.